Hi crafters, it's Karen, and I have a design team project for Diamond dies. For my project I used the fern leaf and the pine branch. These are my absolute favorite dies. You could, put them with any project or any flower cluster and you can make them work. They're just so versatile. For the pine branch, if you cut it, for summer projects, you cut it in green. And for like fall projects, you cut it in brown. And for winter projects, you could cut it in white. And it just adds such a beautiful, even a subtle difference to your projects. I just love these dies. So for my project, I altered a paintbrush. And this is inspired by Patricia. She's Tube You Master here on YouTube. And if I could find the video, I'll link it below. She had altered a bigger paintbrush and it was just gorgeous. And so my paintbrush originally looked like this, and I had got it at Home Depot, except it's bigger. Obviously you could see it's bigger. So this is the paintbrush. If you could tell, it's kind of awkward to share, but I'll show you the back so you could see the bristles and things. So my idea, this is obviously a fall, altered for fall. So my idea was, in the fall, the leaves all change such beautiful colors and just the brilliance of it. I used to tell my boys that, God took his paintbrush and painted the leaves. So that was kind of my idea behind this. This would be the paintbrush that was used to color the leaves in the fall colors. So to get the colors in my bristles, I used paint and alcohol ink and different sprays. It was really difficult for me to get the proper mix, with all the different mediums I had to use to get it to look the way I wanted. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And then, so all around the paintbrush, I trimmed it out in this lace from Joann's. Then I went over it, and it goes all the way around, although you can't see it in front. And then I went over it with this burlap type trim that has the pearls in it, and that's from Hobby Lobby, really sweet. For the paintbrush itself, I used my rub and buff to color the metal, the silver metal part, and I used my my brown metallic paint to color the handle to give it a little shimmer. And then I used different alcohol inks and sprays and let them drip down, and with the white as well. And I did that on the front, although you can't see it as much, obviously, because I covered it all up. But so what I did was, the first thing I laid down was this really pretty mesh ribbon, and it looks like this. And I got this last year around the holidays, and I just, cut the wire part off and used this shimmery mesh part. So I used that as my base, and then layered a piece of burlap on top of it. And then I layered a bunch of the dies, like a bunch of the pine branches that I cut in brown, and a bunch of the fern leaves that I used my green cardstock, and then went over it with vintage photo. And I just layered a whole mess of them all the way around. And then I layered some die cuts, and the die cuts that I used come from this pack here by Kane Company. Really sweet die cuts. Sorry about the shadows. Leaves and pumpkins and other fall images, just really sweet. Some of them are glittered. So I used a large leaf in the back there, this leaf here, and then I put down this large maize, corn piece. I used an apple and I popped it on pop dots, and then I layered some more pine branches and fern leaves. And then I layered some of these leaf, and that's from Recollections. from the pack that looks like this. And then I added these little miniature pine cones. Let me see if I can't get this in closer. Then I added these little miniature pine cones that I got at Joann's, and they look like this. Sorry about the glare, but they're messy if I take them out. But they're really sweet. I got a pack of them for a couple of dollars at Joann's. And so in the pack there was 3 of them that were hooked together on the twig. So that worked out real well. And then I used a burlap flower from Hobby Lobby. They look like that. These are really sweet. So I used the burlap flower, and then I used these different various flowers from Recollections from their fall pack. These are the ones I have left. Whoops, sorry. So really sweet colors in that pack. And then the sentiment, it says, "We give thanks for all our blessings." And that's an epoxy sticker that comes from Hobby Lobby in a pack that looks like this. Bubble abilities. Just a lot of nice sentiments on there. And I backed it on some K & Company cardstock, or not cardstock, designer paper, and distressed it with my vintage photo. And then I stuck another one of those Recollections leaves behind. I created the stick pin to go with, whoops, shadows here. I created the stick pin to go with. The top of this stick pin is crocheted, and so I thought the natural fiber, brought in another natural element into the project. And then there's rondelle and brown pearl, just really sweet. And the stick pin can be removed out of the flower so that who I send this to can use it on one of her projects if she chooses. So I just thought it came out really sweet. I'm sorry about the shadow. Not my cat shadow, my actual shadow. And then for the bow, I used this really soft ribbon that I had gotten at, I forgot what store, but it was on clearance. And I just tried to make a bow as best I could. So that's as good as it got. And I just adhered it in the back. And then for the top here, I used some of this, it's like a mesh tool, and it's all glittery and it's gold. It's really sweet, along with some just regular twine. And I put them together and just tied a knot so that it could be hung. And then I added this charm. It's kind of heavy, but when it's hung, this charm will fall, perfectly there. So I believe this is an Arctic cake. So, it's hard to show that. But anyway, these are the details. I thought it came out really sweet, and I really think that the pine branches and the fern leaves, they just add such a sweet element and, quite a difference to your projects. I mean, and they just look real to me. So I thought it came out really cute. You could see some of the bristles down here. After it was completed, I sprayed it with Tattered Angels Dazzling Diamonds and some scintillating silver, and I used some Tim Holtz Distress glitter on the pine cones and in other places. I don't know if it's showing up, but it has a nice shimmer to it, the project does. So I just thought it came out really sweet, and it was fun and different and difficult to, color the bristles. So that's my project for Diamond Dyes. And there's Shadow. Shadow. Hi, girly girl. Hi. So that's my project. And I will link Diamond Dyes below so you could check out their selection and be on the lookout for exciting things coming your way from Diamond Dyes. A new release and just other exciting things. So stay tuned to their YouTube channel. I will link that as well in the description box. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.